It is me, Tycho, and welcome to a little video that I've done before. I'm going to be reading some scary-ass stories, so let's get into it. So anytime you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below if you want to see more, and subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. This one's called My Daughter Learned to Count. Seems a little not scary. Let's see that. Alright, here we go. My daughter woke me up around, I'm going to do a lot of mistakes, 11:50 last night. My wife and I had picked her up from her friend Sally's birthday party, brought her home, and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep. 1 second. Okay, we're back to shampoo dipping. Today I'm also rubbing some Danger Long Cut Wintergreen. Alright, let's get back into it. Enough of that. My wife went into the bedroom to read. Right, Sally's birthday party brought her home and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep, watching the Braves game. Daddy, she whispered, tugging my shirt sleeve. Guess how old I'm going to be next month? I don't know, Beauty, I said as I slipped on my glasses. How old? She smiled and held up four fingers. It is 7:30 now. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours. She still refuses to tell us where she got them. There's pictures of creepy ass dolls. I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, Daddy, check for monsters under my bed. I look underneath for his amusement to see another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, Daddy, there's somebody under my bed. There's somebody on my bed. Oh, fuck. And that's it for one. Alright, we're back. Just had to put my phone on charge. Alright, the next one is I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is. That I am lucky for having a brain, where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations, like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am, you gotta be fresh on this, I suck. How bored I am without a little brother to play with. They try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom likely far surpasses mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance, of course. They did at first. Charlie has been back home several times, each shorter in a duration than the last time. Every time without fail. It all starts again. The neighborhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide. In the park across the street. Mom's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake enormously, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he is ready for rehabilitation. I said that wrong. That I will just have to put up with my boredom. If it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he's back. This is another one. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. I mean, this one, it's called Hell. There is no pearly gate. The only reason I knew I was in a cave, I think, okay, was because I had just passed the entrance. The rock wall rose behind me with no ceiling, light, in sight. Jesus. I knew this was it. This was what religion talked about. I am not reading this. Okay, the next one. A little something that's less fucked. He stood against my window. I don't know why I looked up. What's up? But when I did, I saw him there. He stood against my window. His forehead. It's 4 in the fucking morning, and I'm reading these stupid stories. His forehead rested against the glass, and his eyes were still and light. And he smiled a lipstick red, cartoonish grin. And he just stood there in the window. My wife was upstairs, sleeping. My son was in his crib. I couldn't move. I froze and watched him looking past me through the glass. Oh, please, no. His smile never moved. But he put a hand up and slid it down my balls. The glass, watching me. With matted hair and yellow skin. Simpsons. And face through the window. I couldn't do anything. I just stayed there frozen. Feet still in the bushes. I was pruning, looking into my home. He stood against my window. Don't be scared of the monsters. Just look for them. Look to your left, to your right, under your bed, behind your dresser. No, I don't got a dresser. In your closet. I'm good. But never look up. She hates being seen. No, I'm good. I think I'm good. Sorry, I lost my phone. That's the next one. Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at, and what the fuck was that noise? Oh god. The bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to go on. I never thought scary stories can freak me out so badly. Jesus. After 2 rings, someone answered, gave out a low rhapsody giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed home. I found my phone laying on my nightstand, right where I left it. My dog is scared shitless as well. You scared, buddy? You're probably like, fuck me. Fuck you. After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening. Oh god. Seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there. That's fucking terrifying. The Black Lagoon. To celebrate their first year in university, 6 friends went camping into the wilderness, and Jason killed them after driving for several hours from the nearest town. They discovered a lagoon. I'm not even gonna say what rhymes with that. Nestled beside the cliff, idea for diving. They set up camp in the woods nearby and spent the evening swimming in the warm, clear water. As the sun sunk below the trees, one of the friends went up to the highest point on the cliff and jumped off, while the other people watched. Their laughter slowly subsided as they waited for him to surface. It only took a half a minute for them to dive in. After the friends struggling and sputtering among the reeds in the lagoon, they searched hopelessly for him. Finally, they can't even say that, themselves and came up, but they never saw their friend again. Heartbroken, they returned to the city and passed a strange and lonely year, in which their only solace was the knowledge that they would return to the lagoon to honor the anniversary of the friend's death. A year passed, and they returned to the lagoon as a memorial. I just said memorial. What the fuck is that word? But they saw their friend standing there, head bowed. Excitedly, they called to him and began running towards him, but he didn't turn. As they got closer, they called him more desperately, but still to no avail. I am such a bad reader. With joy, they ran towards him, but stopped dead when they saw not one, but 5 crosses on the water slide. I did not get that story. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07. It's 4:14 where I live. Before she pushed him long rotting nails through my chest. Oh, it sounds sexy. Her other hand muffled my screams. Okay. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. You know, if I can read these correctly, it'd probably be a lot more better. 101. Oh, God. The Moores are having a baby. I glanced up from the table, surprised they got the okay. My husband nodded. The paperwork came in today, so I heard. He lowered his eyes in sorrow. Poor Joanna. She was only 53. I breathed. A bead of sweat dripped down my brow, landing on the cool concrete floor of the bunker. And a fucking bunker? I tried to remind myself to be thankful for this place. This concrete tomb, but it grew more difficult each day. Perpetuum Technologies, the company that sprung up just in time for the largest nuclear war the world had ever seen, had designed the vault to sustain 1,000 people for as long as it took the surface to be inhabited again. Exactly 1,000 people for Joanna, indeed. Okay. Next one. quiet cabin deep in the woods. My wife was shaking. What the fuck? There's no L in that. Me quietly. I looked around the cabin. The girls must have gone to bed. The fire had burned down to embers. My glass of scotch was still in my hand. Something is tapping on the porch. And I heard it too. I grabbed my axe and lit the lantern. I opened the door expecting a raccoon or a skunk, but instead found a boy of about 10 years old. Why am I speaking like this? He stared at me, petrified, for a moment, and bolted down the path through the woods. I don't even know what the fuck I sound like talking like this. I gave chase. He was losing me, but I heard him tumble to the ground. I leaped on top of him in rage. "Why were you knocking on my porch?" I screamed. "My uncle told me to," he stammered. I was no longer angry, but confused. "But why?" I asked. "To get you out of the cabin." Wait, the cabin burned down? Oh god, not these kids' onesies are fucking terrifying. Any day now, she'll say her first words. My wife and I have been playfully betting on what she'll say first, Mama or Daddy. I can hear my wife crooning over and over while she feeds her mama's little girl. That sounded weird. Mama loves you so much sometimes she's not even subtle about it. Say Mama, come on, Mama. I don't mind it though. I still believe I'll win. When we first brought her home, she would scream and cry and nothing. My wife would say, could calm her down. But I knew just how to hold her, to help her fall asleep. Our daughter was a daddy's girl. My wife needed all the handicaps she could get. I set our daughter in her chair, and my wife and I began babbling like chickens. Mama, Daddy, say Mama. Who's Daddy's baby? I pulled the gag from our little girl's mouth. Please, what do you want from me? Please let me go. My wife's smile falls from her face with a heavy heart. I put the gag back in. As the girl starts to scream, I take her back to the room, locking her in the shutting the lights out. When I return, I find my wife crying. It's okay, honey. I tell her the next one will be better, I promise. What the fuck? Let's see, next one. No, this is the last one. This is gonna be the last one. Timekeeper. Charged the phone. He had been given the watch on his 10th birthday. It was an ordinary gray plastic wristwatch in every respect except for the fact that it was counting down. That is all the time you have left in the world, son. Use it wisely. And indeed he did. As the watch ticked away, the boy, now a man, lived life to the fullest. He climbed mountains and swam oceans. He talked and he laughed and lived and loved. The man was never afraid, for he knew exactly how much time he had left. Eventually, the watch began to began its final countdown. The old man stood looking over everything he had done, everything he had built. 5. He shook hands with his old business partner, the man who had long been his friend and confidant. His dog, 4. His dog came and licked his hand, earning a pat on the head for his accomplishments. 3. He hugged his son, knowing that he had been a good father. 2. He kissed his wife on the forehead one last time. 1. The old man smiled and closed his eyes. Then nothing happened. The watch beeped once and turned off. The man stood standing there, very much alive. If he looked, he would think that in that moment he would have been overjoyed. Instead, for the first time in his life, the man was scared. Well, that's it. Well, that was a great final. Alright. That's a great final. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like this video. Comment down below if I'm a good reader. If I'm not, just comment down below. Should I do more of this and should I do more reactions? Just let me know, because I actually enjoyed doing this and this was a lot of fun and I just want to do it more. Probably going to post 2 videos of this. Possibly. Probably not. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I love you all to death. Fantastic day and peace.